Tonight, as you can see the queue of cards up at the top, we have a lot of news to go over. We have all but 2 Photon Hypernova cards, and also some of the secret utility box cards that are coming out with it. We have a Dark Magician Fusion, along with a new Synchron monster. So let's get right into it. We have Dark Magician, the Magical Dragon Champion. It is a Dragon Fusion effect, level 8 Dark, 2900, 2400. And it needs Dark Magician plus 1 level 7 plus Dragon or Warrior monster. Your monsters inflict piercing damage once per turn. If your monster destroys an opponent's monster in battle, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon 1 Dark Magician and Gaia the Fierce Knight from your hand, deck, extra deck, or graveyard. This is actually a very powerful card for the Gaia version of Dark Magician. Overall, it's very useful. And then for the other card, we have a lovely Synchron monster, one if Discord ever decides to load. But it is Assault Synchron. It is a machine tuner, and sorry about that. It's a level 2 as well, 700 attack, 0 defense. This card can only use each effect of, so you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand and then take 700 damage. So it's a free summon, but as long as this card remains special summoned through this effect in the monster zone, you can only special summon Synchro monsters from your extra deck. If a face-up dragon Synchro monsters you control is tributed or banished, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one of those monsters, special summon it. This card is rather useful, and I cannot wait to see what people do with it. Now, let me do something real quick so I can move my Discord over, and that's my stream overlay. So let's get into the other cards. We have a lot of cards to go through for Photon Hypernova. First off, we have Manticore of the Quaking Heavens. It is a level 6 beast warrior, fire, 2300 attack, 1000 defense. And it reads as follows. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 fissure or smashing ground from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 fissure or smashing ground from your graveyard and special summon this card. So this is just bringing back old format stuff into the foreground, but in my opinion, it could be useful in sealed formats. Next up, we have the lovely Chowshu of the Trillion Hands. It is level 6 light fairy monster, 1400 attack, 1000 defense, and the effect is this. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell and ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Excuse me. So you add 1 ritual spell and 1 ritual monster from your deck to your hand, so it's like a pre-preparation, right? So it could be very, very useful. After that, we have ExSally of the Silver Wing. It is a level 3 light machine monster, 500 attack, 100 defense. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Quick effect. Equip this monster to the targeted monster as an equip card and increases attack by and defense by 100. I would expect that it would increase by 500, but no, it's okay. And then we have Dimensional Isotope Virus. It's a level 1 Psychic Tuner effect. 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the second effect of this card once per turn. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster with the same attributes or type, so it cannot be destroyed by Psychic or Light, but you can just declare 1 attribute and type. This card becomes that type and attribute until the end of your opponent's turn. So theoretically, it could be a niche one of in Psychic decks, but in my opinion, there's other better Psychic cards. After that, we have a brand new Link monster, which is Dynamond. Link to Earth, 2200 attack. Up and down, it takes 2 monsters, including a ritual monster. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 card on the field and 1 ritual monster in your graveyard. Shuffle both of those 2 cards into the deck. During your opponent's turn, quick effect. Tribute this card Then target one ritual monster in your graveyard, special summon it, or add it to your hand. So its ritual support, it works well in Sprite Nephthys. So Sprite Nephthys has a FTK now, which is very, very cool. Or another little key piece in it. After that, we have Weighbridge Weighing. It's a normal trap card, and if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than your opponent must send all but one monster from their field to the graveyard. This is a very interesting card. So it outs towers because it says must, so that affects the player, not the cards. People were saying that one of the new trap cards, the Daruma Cannon, affected the cards, but no, it says must, so it affects the opponent, the actual player. So this is another card that affects the player. Then we have this lovely card, Railroad Crossing. It's a continuous trap card, and you can only control one. You can only activate this card if there are opponent cards in the same column as this set card. Return all other cards in this column to the hand. Neither player can use zones in the same column as this card. Excuse me, it's been a long day, but hey, being able to lock out a whole entire row of columns like Iron Dragon Tiamaton is very useful. And finally, we have Menacing Minerals Summon Knight. It's a trap card, and we're still missing 2 cards. We're missing an effect monster and along with a spell card, and I don't think they revealed them yet or have images of it. But target 3 monsters in your graveyard. You could choose one of those monsters, and then your opponent chooses one of the following effects to apply to you. Special summon the chosen monster, or special summon as many of the other targeted monsters as possible. So either you're going to be reborning 1 monster or 2 monsters, so it could be useful in certain things like Labyrinth or Trap Trick, but I don't know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this big news info. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video, and goodbye.